Okay, here we go. Matt Anderson, today's social climate. Got a little tune playing in the background. I don't know if you guys could figure this one out, but it's a good tune. It goes back way back in the 70s when this so-called song, for you to Shazam or do whatever you got to do to figure it out. If the audio could pick this up, I have bad audio, but if it does pick it up, you should look into this song. This is a very good song. Okay, I'll just tell you who it is. It's Weather Report. There you go. Check it out. It's a really good song. But without further ado, let's talk about the financial markets here and Donald Trump and everything that's going along with it. What do we have to say? On Friday afternoon, Moody's downgraded the U.S. debt to AA status, lowering the pristine AAA status that the United States government has held for so many years. That is now gone. Now we're a AA country. What's this going to do to the markets? I don't know what this is going to do to the markets, but I can tell you one thing. Debts and deficits will continue to grow. And the AA stating rating is bad. It's bad for the economy, it's bad for the financial markets, it's bad for the U.S. government. And it's actually still way too high. I mean, it should be a lot lower. Based on the record amount of debt that we have in the economy, the record deficits, the continued explosions in spending, and no end to the liabilities in sight. I mean, it's just continuous. It never stops. What we have in Washington is basically a parasite that's sucking the host dry. And this is what's happening. You have corrupt politicians taking all the tax revenue, lining their pockets with all their little ventures around the globe, because they're all globalists, including Donald Trump, and just pocketing everything and raping the Treasury. There's no frugality in the Treasury Department. There's nothing. They just spend however they want to spend, and they borrow and borrow more money to do whatever they want to do. Most of which of all this money goes into the politicians' pockets, and their associates, and their cronies, and their friends, and all that. That's where all the money goes. And then some of it goes to Social Security and Medicare and all this other stuff, the military spending and pensions and so forth. But a lot of it's going out the back door through the politicians' pockets. These are corrupt individuals that have access to the piggy bank, and they're rating it. They've been rating it for years and years and years and decades, and now we're at the point of reckoning. So the credit status of the U.S. is going down. It's going to go down even much further than that because we have $40 trillion in current liabilities and probably $200 trillion in unfunded liabilities. They're not due now, but they're going to be due. And in addition to that, you have Porter Stansberry, who's a great guy. I like his work. He said that $9 trillion has to be refinanced this year, 2025. Oh, by the way, it's May 18th, I believe, the date. Sunday. I could be wrong, but it's around there. It's on a Sunday, I'll tell you that much, and it's around May 18th. But, so what are we going to have tomorrow? I think gold's going much higher tomorrow. I think the stock market's going to be flat, and I think the bond market's going to sell off quite significantly. I think gold is going to shine tomorrow. I think gold is going to shine for the rest of this month and for the rest of this year. I think gold's going to $5,000, and it's nothing's going to stop it because the debt is so great. So, buy gold. This is on certain times. These are on certain times. Buy the gold stocks. Buy gold coins. Buy precious metals, platinum, silver, gold, palladium. Buy it all. Buy commodities. Buy oil and gas companies. Buy oil and gas wells. I don't care. Just buy something real because this dollar is toast. And they're going to dilute more of this dollar. The dollar is being diluted on a massive scale. You just look at the company or country. I keep saying country because they're so similar. Look at the country, the United States of America, as if it were a company. And they issue shares in the company, which are dollars. The dollars are part ownership in the U.S. government and America. And every year, the U.S. government inflates away the money supply. They create trillions and trillions of dollars more of this stuff, which means that the current dollars are diluted They're losing value at annual basis. They're losing probably 8 to 10% a year. You're using in purchasing power. And nobody's stopping this loss of purchasing power because they just keep piling on the debt. There's no willingness in D.C. to cut all this. You got Donald Trump out there saying he's going to cut it, but he's not really cutting it. He's just playing. It's all smoke and mirrors. He hasn't cut anything. He's actually increasing everything. He's cut so small amount, such an insignificant amount. I mean, Doge with Elon Musk said they were going to cut $2 trillion. That didn't happen. They cut, I don't know, a few billion, 20 billion. I don't even know. I have to grok it. You got to do grok. Grok's the new thing. It's the AI machine there. It'll tell you everything. Anyway, so they barely cut anything. It's a breadcrumb. It's a loaf of bread, and they cut a breadcrumb out of the loaf of bread. It's insane. Yet people think that's a good job. But it's not a good job. It's not enough. They can't do enough. The debt's going to continue to grow. It's going to continue to skyrocket, and that's a fact of the matter. That's a fact. You can't get around that. You got malinvestments all over the place. You got zero interest rates. You had zero interest rates for 15 years, and malinvestments, trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars worth of malinvestments that are all going to implode in a recession. And yet we're worried about freaking AI stocks, and we're worried about what's going on in Gaza, in China, and all this stuff. Right? This globalist president of ours, he's a globalist just like the rest, is more concerned about the global affairs than he is with the affairs at home. He cares about what's going on in Gaza and China than rather here. He wants to bring back manufacturing, yet he hasn't done anything to make manufacturing come back to America. He had high tariffs that looked like it was going to bring manufacturing back to America, but then he lowered them down to 30% and plans on lowering them even further if need be to save the stock market. It was just all a ploy to rig the stock market. You understand? This guy's a narcissist. He's a narcissist. He trauma bonds the markets with abuse, which are tariffs, and then he takes away the abuse and says, I love you, Mr. Market, and he takes away the tariffs, and the market goes back up. This is the trauma bond that the market's in, and it's going to continue. So, at this point, in the short term, gold goes higher, much higher because of the debt downgrade. In the long term, the stock market's going much lower too, because Donald Trump can't help himself. He's going to hit the stock market over the head again within a month or two with some kind of China just catastrophe. He's going to raise the tariffs again. He's going to do whatever he needs to do to abuse this market again because he's a narcissist and he's got everything in a trauma bond. And that's his methodology. Every narcissist's methodology is a trauma bond. So he's got everything in a trauma bond. So he is going to inevitably, after love bombing it for the last few weeks with lowering of the tariffs, he's going to raise the tariffs again. He's going to blame somebody. He's going to do something to piss somebody off, which is going to lower the market again. So he's got his cronies in here. There's his associates, his sons, and they're all making money off these trades. It's going long, short, long, short, long, short. And if you want to make money in this market, you've got to get on board with this. This is what it is. The system's collapsing. It's a financial collapse, okay? This system, dollars-based system, is over. They're going to resurrect or erect some Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, national currency, and that's what they're going to. They're not going to go to gold. They're going to go to cryptocurrency, U.S. national cryptocurrency, and that's what they're going to do. But in the meantime, they're destroying the current system, the dollar system, and they're just the elites, the billionaires, the billionaire club, the people in the club, the presidents, the politicians, the higher echelon of people are out there are playing off these trades. They're all getting inside information off what Donald Trump's next move's going to be. And they're buying and selling accordingly. They're making a killing off this. And they're raping the middle class. As this system collapses, these elites are becoming richer and richer. That's why Donald Trump's talking about we're going to be richer off the tariffs. He's actually talking about his associates and everybody that he knows and everybody that's in bed with the whole system, the elites, the Macrons, the Putins, the G's, all these guys. I mean, Trump and his sons, all the people, even the Democrats, they're all getting in on it. So they're going to play this game where it goes down and up and down and up and down. I got it backwards. Up and down and up and down. The yo-yo game. He's playing the yo-yo game because he's a narcissist. He's going to do the yo-yo game, and the elites that are on board to this and the investors that I'm hoping you are on board to this are going to make lots of money. We can make lots of money doing this as the system collapses. We could take our winnings out of all this volatility in the stock market, the self-imposed volatility from Mr. Trump, and we could reinvest those winnings into hard assets, oil and gas producers, uranium producers, coal producers, whatever, natural gas, gold, hard assets, real estate if need be. That's all going up. So take your way, understand the volatility. Understand that if you learn about a trauma bond, you'll find out that Donald Trump love bombed the markets initially. Then he abused the markets with the tariffs. Then he removed the tariffs, which is a love bomb. Next is coming is another trauma. It's another trauma. He's gonna abuse it again. Watch what I say. Within 30 days, he's going to do this. He's going to do something bizarre, and it's going to cause the stock market to go down 20%. You watch, and then he'll reverse it. Oh, it's okay, Mr. Abuser, Mr. Victim. I'm gonna give you some love. I'm gonna get you back, and then the market's gonna go back up. That's what it does all the time. So play this accordingly. Make tons of money. Watch the signs. Pay attention. I'll come back next week and do another video talking about all this. And enjoy your week. Buy gold because gold's going up tomorrow. And get some long call options on quality gold companies going out a year or so, and you're gonna make a killing. Take your profits, sell them off. Reinvest the profits into dividend-paying companies like Hershey's, ExxonMobil, oil and gas royalty companies, MLPs, whatever you got to do. But it's going to be volatile. This is a great time. This is an exciting time to be an investor, a speculator, a wild-ass speculator. Just watch the tea leaves. You got to follow the trail. Follow the Pied Piper. The Pied Piper is Donald Trump. He works for the elites. They're going to tear down the system. They're going to erect a cryptocurrency, national cryptocurrency. They're going to outlaw Bitcoin because Bitcoin's going to be a contender for their cryptocurrencies. It's all going to happen. A Bitcoin was just a test run. That's all it was. It was a test run for 15 years to see how it operates. And it operated quite well. It's done very well for them. It's a success. It's a complete success. But they're not going to allow it. They're not going to allow it to stay around because they're going to have to regulate their national cryptocurrencies. National cryptocurrencies. Think about this. I'm putting this in your head now. It's going to be a national cryptocurrency. That is what is going to replace the dollar. And Bitcoin will be outlawed. And gold will be revalued higher. Much, much higher. With that said, the song's over. It's time to go. Have a good day. God bless.